What if the face you thought was gone forever suddenly came back stronger than ever? Just when fans feared the end, one quiet fight changed everything. For months, something felt wrong. Hudson and Rex moved forward, but one key presence felt uncertain. Fans noticed the silence, no clear updates, no familiar energy. And behind the scenes, a real-life battle was unfolding, one far more serious than any storyline. John Reardon, a beloved part of the series, was facing cancer. The news didn't arrive with headlines or big announcements. It came slowly, through absence, through worry, through questions no one could answer. For viewers who had followed the show for years, the idea was hard to accept. Could season 9 really happen without him? Was this the moment when everything changed? Cancer doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't care about schedules, contracts, or fan expectations. It stops life cold. And for a while, that's exactly what it seemed to do here. Online discussions filled with concern. Some feared the worst, others held on to hope, waiting for any sign that he was okay. The silence made it heavier, because when an actor disappears quietly, fans know it usually means something serious. This wasn't just about a TV show anymore. It was about a real person, a real fight, and an uncertain future. Season 9 felt fragile before it even began. The show's future and John Reardon's health felt tied together in a way no scriptwriter could plan. Every unanswered question added more tension. Would he return? Could he return? Or was this the end of an era that had meant so much to so many people? At that moment, no one knew the answer. All they knew was that everything was on the line and the story was far from over. As time passed, the silence grew louder. Weeks turned into months, and there were still no clear answers. Fans kept searching for updates, reading between the lines of small posts and brief mentions. John Reardon stayed out of the spotlight, and that absence spoke volumes. Behind closed doors, he was facing one of the hardest battles of his life. Cancer is not just a physical fight. It drains energy, confidence, and hope. Every day becomes a test of strength. For someone known for his calm presence and steady performances, this struggle was deeply personal. Treatments take time. Recovery takes patience, and fear becomes a quiet companion. There were moments when even standing strong felt impossible. While the world waited for news about a TV show, John was focused on survival. Nothing else mattered more. Rumors began to spread. Some said he might never return. Others worried that season 9 would move forward without him. The uncertainty weighed heavily on the fanbase. People who had grown attached to his character now faced the reality that real life doesn't follow a script. There are no easy endings, and no fast solutions. What made it harder was how little was shared. But that silence wasn't weakness, it was protection. Healing often happens away from cameras, away from noise. Every quiet day was part of the fight. Every step forward, no matter how small, was a victory. During this time, the future of Hudson and Rex felt unclear. The show could continue, but it wouldn't feel the same. Fans weren't just worried about the series, they were worried about the man behind the role. Hope remained, but it was fragile. And in that quiet space between fear and faith, everything hung in the balance. Then, slowly, the story began to change. After months of fear and silence, signs of strength started to appear. John Reardon was no longer just fighting to survive, he was healing. Recovery is never fast, and it is never easy, but progress brings light. With each step forward, hope returned, not only for him, but for everyone who had been waiting. When news finally broke that John Reardon was coming back for Hudson and Rex season 9 in 2026, it felt unreal. This wasn't just a casting update, it was a victory. A moment that proved that even the hardest battles can be overcome. His return meant more than continuing a role. It meant standing tall after being knocked down by something far bigger than fiction. For fans, this comeback carried deep meaning. Watching him return to the screen symbolized strength, courage, and second chances. The man who had faced cancer was stepping back into a world of lights and cameras, not as someone unchanged, but as someone stronger. His journey added a new layer to every scene, even before filming began. There was a new respect in the air, not just for the actor, but for the human being. His comeback reminded everyone that heroes exist beyond the screen. Sometimes the bravest performances happen in real life, away from applause. Season 9 was no longer just another chapter. With John Reardon's return, it became a story of survival, hope, and quiet victory. And this time, the comeback meant everything. Season 9 of Hudson and Rex now carries a deeper meaning than ever before. It is no longer just about crime cases and teamwork. It stands as a symbol of resilience. Knowing what John Reardon went through gives every moment on screen more weight. His presence feels earned, not expected. Each scene reflects strength that was built off camera. During days filled with struggle and recovery, for fans this season feels personal. Many followed his journey quietly, sending support from afar, holding on to hope even when answers were unclear. Seeing him return is a shared victory. It reminds viewers that patience, faith, and support truly matter. The bond between the audience and the show has grown stronger because of this experience. The cast and crew also step into Season 9 with renewed purpose. Working alongside someone who faced cancer and came back changes the atmosphere. Gratitude replaces routine. Every day on set becomes something to appreciate, not take for granted. That energy shows in the final product. This season represents second chances not just for a character, but for life itself. It tells a silent story about endurance, about standing up again when the world tries to pull you down. Hudson and Rex moves forward, not untouched by hardship, but shaped by it. As Season 9 unfolds in 2026, it carries hope in every frame, not because everything is perfect, but because survival itself is a win. And sometimes the strongest stories are the ones no script could ever write. Beyond the cameras and scripts, there is a quiet message that stays with fans long after the episode ends. John Reardon's return is not just entertainment news, it is proof that real life can be harder than fiction and still end with hope. Many viewers see their own struggles reflected in this journey. Illness, fear, waiting, and uncertainty are things people know too well. That is why this comeback feels so powerful.